In this video, I'm gonna be going over how I save 90% of my income. You're probably wondering, 90%, like, do you live under a rock? When it comes to finances, you wanna be able to know how to invest, how to save, how to also give, and how to live below your means. Everything ties down to percentages in a way that you are saving 90% of your income. No matter how much money I make every single month, I don't really fall into instant gratification. I don't really tell myself that I need certain things. I don't make foolish spending habits. I'm really not a spender. I've learned to become an investor. Having an investor mindset, you have far more in return for your money. With the spending habit, there's a certain belief within you that you think it's okay to be able to do the things. Yes, in moderation is totally fine. And I do believe that you should have a fun account to enjoy life. But I also know how to be able to have phenomenal things in life absolutely for free. I guess it comes down to what's important to you. And it's about also having a purpose for your money. Like, why is it that I'm saving 90% of my income? Well, first of all, I invest a certain percentage when I get a paycheck because I want that to grow for me long term. We all know one day we don't want to work for someone else. Maybe you do, and that's perfectly beautiful. But for some of us, we don't necessarily want to do that. We want to have obviously something building for us, which is like passive income, or if you do rental properties or stocks, we want to be able to have something to grow without us being there. It's just switching that mindset to become an investor, not a spender, because when we spend, sure, it could be the smallest thing right then and then, but it starts to accumulate over time. It starts to become bigger. Maybe it's just $25 for something, but if you spend that $25 every single day, or even just $5 on coffee every single day, it starts to compound, and that's actually a lot of money. I just think long term, and I know saving and investing, it serves me well in the future, and I really say no to instant gratification. I know I don't need that coffee, that dinner out when I have food in my house. Being wise. And I feel like everyone has this type of thing. We hear that voice. We come across a situation and we know we have to say no, but we end up saying yes. And why is that? Because we feel like we need that, because for some odd reason, we're in this world that we feel like we deserve certain things. Yes, I like to also have an adventure time. I like to travel every once in a while, but like just knowing what season you're in, sometimes you do have to make sacrifices. Like, I'm not gonna travel every single month. Even if I was a multi-billionaire, I wouldn't be able to do that. I just like seeing my bank account grow. I think it just makes me feel responsible. I don't know what makes you feel responsible, but when you save that amount of money and you invested a portion of that, knowing how to invest, where to invest, how much to save is a lot better. And it makes you feel like a very responsible person. Down the road, you're going to literally thank your future self for doing those decisions. So every time you come across a decision, identify and discern if it's a yes or no. And majority of the time it's a no. And just having goals when you can have a good time. Obviously, I really commend people, and I really value having an adventurous spirit and being able to do fun things, but just understand sometimes we have to do sacrifices. I really value growing a business of my dreams. What's sacrificing for me is that, yes, I am living with my parents today. I have no shame in that. In fact, I'm actually extremely happy because I'm near my family and I'm saving a lot of money. That's a sacrifice that I'm willing to take to build the business of my dreams, because I know the more that I do this, it's gonna pay off in the long term, and I'm gonna thank myself rather than having to impress people because everyone else is buying houses, everyone else is doing what everyone else is doing. That's not the kind of life I want to live. I am willing to, I wouldn't call it sacrifice, but I'm willing to sacrifice my time so that I can save 90% of my income. No matter how much money I make every single month, I just really enjoy investing a portion because I know it's gonna pay me dividends in the long term. Seeing the bank account grow, setting up goals for myself, and having a purpose for my money. People look at the word sacrificing as a negative thing. It's not. I was working full-time for Grant Cardone long time ago, and I think I believe I was getting paid $40,000 to $50,000 per year, and I saved 90% of that. It's in the bank account, and it's also being invested. A portion is. For me, I just don't like paying for high rent, especially these days. It's ridiculous. I'm sure you can agree with me. Rent is ridiculous today. I'm not willing to pay $2,000 per month on rent. Why? Where that $2,000 can be somewhere more purposeful, somewhere more meaningful. An investment, and also a portion to go travel and enjoy life. Like, why would I work so hard to just live? That's the whole purpose of like living below your means. It's crazy out there. I much rather build something meaningful for me, build something, a business of my dreams where it's benefiting the lives of others. They're getting results, their lives are being transformed, and I know the more value I put out, naturally I will get rewarded for that. I wholeheartedly do believe that, but it requires my time, my energy, and my resources to be able to make that happen. But I am not going to be stuck at a mortgage or a rent situation where it's not even worth it. I'm happy, I'm living the life of my dreams with no absolute shame. I don't care what people have to say. Apparently we're under someone's expectations. Like what's your expectation of life? What do you want to do for yourself? It's gonna require some sacrificing. That's just how it is sometimes when you're in business. There's so many stories. When people get into business, they have to, like, some of them live in their car, I'm sure, in their office, from a job. Those are sacrifices when you obviously want to build a business for yourself. Obviously it's different from other people. People make 6 figures a year from their jobs and then they do this part-time. For me, I want to work smart. I like working part-time. I know if others have done it, as long as I follow their footsteps, I know that I'm gonna be able to get there. And how to be able to get there is obviously building a community where people are being transformed and they're getting results. I don't know why I went on that bunny trail, but that's why I save 90% of my income. I feel like it's far more valuable than having to look good or feeling like I deserve something. When we definitely don't deserve anything in this world. And I'm not saying that from like a negative mindset, but like we are so incredibly blessed. I am very grateful to be under a roof that is an absolute beautiful home with a beautiful environment, beautiful like subdivision, and I'm with my family. My mind has changed after the pandemic. I wasn't a family oriented kind of girl. After the pandemic, it made me realize that family is important, and I've implemented more of that in my life. What is important to you? And the things that you think of, are they from you or are they from someone else? And when you're going into situations, why spend when you can invest? You may not have that car today, but you will have something even better in the future. It's just about thinking long term, and your future self is gonna thank you. And you're gonna be proud of yourself for taking that chance. What I'm doing is so adventurous. People my age, like, in the perfect world for you to live a very beautiful life, apparently. People my age are married, have kids. People my age have a 6-figure job, have a mortgage. I just know I want to build something far more meaningful than just making money, living up to society's beliefs, expectations. How about what I want? Identify what's true to you, what's meaningful to you, what's important to you, and sacrifice. It's so very worth it, especially if you're having a blast along the way. So really identify what that is for you. Think long term, say no, even if you don't spend. That compounds and it grows. So that's how I'm able to save 90% of my income. I know I didn't really break it down in numbers, just wanted to freely speak to you today. And if you found this very meaningful, I want you to share down in the comments below your takeaways and what you're gonna start implementing, and even sharing with me what's really important to you. And we're not here to impress others, we're here to impress us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, my friends. Hit that notification bell, like, share, and comment below. And I so appreciate you. I'll see you next week.